And I'm live. So I wanted to come out and test my equipment that I have. I got this handy dandy little light that clips on to illuminate my face. And just want to see what my setup sounds like. Testing it out. I have a small layout in mind for anytime I go live. There's just a few things that I want to touch on. I don't intend on becoming a channel that has hour-long streams. I may end up being on other channels to talk about hex and pulse chain and permaculture and other things I'm interested in. But this is just me coming on to say hello, to say thank you so much to my 150 subscribers who enjoy listening to the audio version of SciVive that I've been doing. Definitely hoping to have chapter 3 done by March, the end of March. There's a lot going on. I will be in Vegas. I will be also doing some traveling after that. So yeah, March for chapter 3 is a good, end of March is a good deadline for me. But aside from that, I wanted to just go over some basics for people, because a lot of the streamers that I love and listen to have been in the crypto game for years now, most of them. And they saw a lot of different coins come and go, a lot of projects come and go. And there's people here in chat. Hi, chat. Folks, is Sweaty Hexakin and Danish Richard Hart Maximalist. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is my first live stream, so I'm a little nervous, but that's okay. So what I was getting to is that I'm not a technical person. I found my way to Hex through Crypto Kool-Aid, who is great with his game theory, totally on point all the time with that jazz. And so while I do understand a lot of the more technical concepts, my hope and my goal with my channel here is to be very basic and to just have conversations with people who maybe don't know a lot about crypto in general, have never heard of Hex or Pulse Chain, and are just starting to learn what these words even mean. So my first segment that I thought of is that I want to do blockchain or crypto ABCs. And the first vocabulary word, if you would, for my channel is going to be airdrop. And I'll go in alphabetical order, at least I'm going to try to. So for A, I chose airdrop. Now, I realize that even in explaining these terms, there may be people watching this who won't understand the terminology in general. So for folks like that, I'm going to encourage you to check out my playlist. There's a lot of resources I'll share at the end of different people who are already doing a lot of this work. And I'm going to have a playlist that guides you to other YouTubers or other YouTube videos that explain what is the blockchain, what is a Bitcoin, very simple things like that. So that's what I'm about. I'm about getting to the real basic audience and helping people who, again, have maybe never heard of any of this stuff, get a little bit more knowledge and start to dig a little bit deeper. So kind of a bridge into the world of Hex, if you would. Hello, Pete Bullen from the UK. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. So getting back to the vocabulary word of the day, airdrop. Now, an airdrop, the largest airdrop is about to happen, we're hoping, with the Pulse chain. And I came into the world, apologize for the dogs if y'all can hear them. My neighbor leaves their dogs out. And it's cold. I'm in Texas. It's chilly right now, so I'm keeping warm. So an airdrop, well, so when I started getting into crypto in 2017, 2018, but that was just like I had a friend say, hey, you should invest in these coins. And that's what I did. And I didn't touch any of it. I didn't look at it. I just put some funds away and just did nothing with it for years. So in a way, I feel a little blessed in that, because I saw a lot of people, or have heard now all these stories. A lot of people got wrecked during that time. And I think had I been paying more attention, that may have been something that happened to me as well. But it just sat there. So my knowledge is really coming from a non-technical, non-crypto background. And I had just started learning about options trading right before I got into Hex. So I was just starting to take control of my own financial freedom and my own financial independence, and learning more about what I could do for myself financially. So all that to say, an airdrop is, to me, it's something that is given to you for free and there are certain stipulations. It's a coin or let's see. If anyone also, if you're good at breaking down like concepts like that and you want to chime in, please mention in the chat the way that you would explain that. We know many who may be tuning in or have already heard of Hex and Pulse Chain know that the Pulse Chain airdrop is going to be the largest in history. And again, here comes all these terms that people may not know, right? We're forking Ethereum, which means we're copying the whole system. And all these coins and NFTs, everything you have, that's an ERC20 token. Again, the language, right? And as I go through my videos, again, I'm just going to post little short, maybe half hour at the most kind of things. I'll start to explain ERC20 tokens, what forking Ethereum means. But today we're trying to stick with airdrop. And it's basically a way for people who are already kind of utilizing a system or are interested in a project to receive a token from that project or of that project. Now, the first airdrop I will receive is going to be of my Hex stakes. So again, language, whether you do or do not know about Hex yet, I've staked Hex. I have a staking ladder. I've done all that on the Ethereum network. Hopefully you've heard of Ethereum. So that network is going to get copied, and everything that I own or have in my personal wallet, again, more language, right? What's a wallet? I have my coins on Binance or on Coinbase. These are all things that as you get into the world of crypto and as you learn about Hex and Pulse Chain, these are all things that you're going to want to know. So I apologize for going back and forth, but that's going to be my speed here, is going to be just kind of going backwards and forwards. Hey, this is the language I'm using. This is what this thing means. Let's backtrack. Let's go forward. So thanks again for hanging out and tuning in. So that's a copy for us, I guess, would be the way that the airdrop's working, right? So I have my Hex stakes. They're going to get copied when the Pulse Chain launches. So Ethereum chain, Pulse Chain, just mirrored. Everything is mirrored. So that's an airdrop. That's just like all of a sudden I'm going to be able to flip a switch in my wallet and I'm going to see, oh, snap, I got all this stuff copied onto this new network. So that's the airdrop word of the day. I hope that made sense to anyone who doesn't understand an airdrop yet. And again, as I learn and as time goes on, hopefully I can be more eloquent in my explaining of these terms. Let's see what else. There was a quote that I meant to read from Sci-Vive, and I don't know where I put it, but let me see if I can find it real quick. Hopefully, y'all have heard of Sci-Vive. It is a book that was written by Richard Hart. And I haven't read the whole thing yet. I am in part reading it as I go along. And I have enjoyed a lot of the content so far. It's in the 30s. It is really cold here. I'm actually getting warm, but I kind of like keeping my my hood on. So note to self, next time have Sci-Fi quote ready. I tweeted it. That's why I remember. Aha, let's do that. Let's go over to Twitter. And if y'all are on that Twitter space, you can find me. My username is at SciViving SJ. So let's just head on over. I'm very stoked to even have 2 people watching this right now. I just want to let you know. You are appreciated for tuning in. All right, so here is the Sci-Vive quote of the day. And this, I believe, is from the intro. Knowledge alone isn't power. Intelligent action and using your knowledge equals power. It's a quote from Richard Hart's Sci-Fi for you. And then that's kind of it. So I want to do little definitions. I'm going to do a little bit of very, very basic crypto blockchain education, and then just kind of promote and let you know about any other events or chats or channels. There was a question that I asked, speaking of Twitter, I asked about different people who, what have you used for onboarding and who do you like to watch that breaks down really complex concepts? And by far the number one name that was given is K4K Crypto. It's the letter K, the number 4, the letter K, and then CRYPTO, K4K Crypto. I've seen a good number of his videos. Spot on, great, very intelligent, wonderful to watch. Crypto Coffee is also, if you check him out on YouTube, he's also on Twitter at CryptoCoffee369. And I got 3 other names for you that I'm going to just put out right now for this, especially for this first video. If this is happens to be the only video you ever watch, but you want to learn more about Hex, you want to see what's going on in this environment, these are the names to check out. Also at HODLDOG, HODLDOG official, OFFICIAL. And then Gerardo, can't say enough about that dude, doing lots of great stuff. GERAWRDOG is his Twitter handle. And then also at Hex Orca, who I personally have not had the chance to check out as much, but I have seen him on the Twitter spaces. He, I believe, set the world record so far for a number of hours on a Twitter space, which was really neat to see. And there's there's so much great info and so many Hexicans doing wonderful things out there. I get how people, like, it's hard. I watch people like, Crypto Heartbeat and Gerardo, all the OGs, and I get now why it's hard to do this with the text. And but hello, Hextoshi, what's up? Thanks again for watching, y'all. The last thing I did want to say is coming up here. Let's see. Hold on, let me check my time zones. So in a few hours, I believe it's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check out Ladies Discourse. That's going to be really neat. Love seeing the ladies talking it up in the space. And then I think Cabana Crypto is about to be live real soon here too, maybe even in just a few minutes. So that's someone else to check out as well. Again, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share, and thank you for tuning into my first live stream. Hopefully I will learn more tools and be able to put little buttons to things, and how people do that, like, hey, check out my next video someday. But appreciate y'all, and have a wonderful rest of your evening. Last thing I want to say, and this is something that I probably will repeat often, is just remember to lift the corners of your mouth. Just take a moment out. There's a lot going on in the world right now. And I believe there's a quote on one of the Sci-Fi videos about smiling. And I've known about that trick for a long time. So to see Richard reiterate that, just lift the corners of your mouth, y'all. It really helps.